More bad news for USS Gerald R Ford. A new report concludes the Newport News-built carrier still is deficient in several key areas.
The findings were part of the Government Accountability Office's Defense Acquisitions Annual Assessment.
The world's most powerful Navy just got an incredible upgrade that has shaken the naval and tech communities to their core. The United States Navy, already a dominant force on the seas, has unveiled a creation that has the world rethinking naval power, the USS Gerald R Ford. But what's even more shocking is how Elon Musk's game-changing technologies played a key role in this new masterpiece. This ship isn't just big, it's a technological juggernaut designed to tackle emerging threats from the east, and it's leaving China and Russia scrambling to catch up. In this video, we'll dive into what makes the USS Gerald R Ford so unstoppable, and why even Elon Musk himself is impressed by its power. USS Gerald R Ford revealed. The US Navy has introduced a technological marvel that has left not only the naval world, but the entire global military community in awe. The USS Gerald R Ford. This massive aircraft carrier is not just an enormous addition to the fleet, but represents a radical leap forward in naval warfare. Stretching over 1,000 feet and weighing approximately 100,000 tons, the USS Gerald R Ford is the largest, most powerful, and most advanced ship of its kind ever built. It is designed not only to house a vast fleet of fighter jets, helicopters, and drones, but to perform complex military operations that were previously unimaginable. What makes the USS Gerald R Ford so revolutionary, however, isn't just its size, it's the technology embedded within it. For decades, the US Navy has been the global leader in maritime power, but this aircraft carrier raises the bar significantly. From its advanced radar systems to its cutting-edge defensive capabilities, it's clear that this is more than just a floating fortress. The ship has been engineered to perform faster, smarter, and more efficiently than any other naval vessel in history. It's not just a weapon of offense, but a fortress that can protect itself from modern threats. One of the most exciting features of the USS Gerald R Ford is its electromagnetic aircraft launch system, or EMALS, a modern alternative to the traditional steam-powered catapults. This system uses electromagnetic energy to launch planes at higher speeds, which results in smoother takeoffs and reduced wear on the aircraft, allowing them to take flight more frequently with less downtime for repairs. The ability to launch planes faster and more efficiently gives the US Navy a critical advantage during operations, especially in high-stress battle conditions where every second counts. Beyond speed, EMALS represents a significant technological leap forward that allows the USS Gerald R Ford to be far more energy efficient than its predecessors. This innovation allows the Navy to operate for longer periods without depleting vital resources, making it a more sustainable option for future missions. As the ship cuts down on the need for constant maintenance and fuel consumption, it becomes clear that the USS Gerald R Ford is not just a new vessel, it's a template for the future of naval warfare. But this ship's advancements go beyond physical systems. With next-generation radar and communication systems that allow it to detect threats from miles away, the USS Gerald R Ford is prepared for anything. Whether it's defending against aerial, surface, or even underwater attacks, this ship is designed to remain dominant in combat situations. The Gerald R Ford represents the pinnacle of naval innovation, and its creation signals that the US Navy is more than ready for the new era of global maritime power. But what makes this ship even more unstoppable? The answer lies in how it integrates cutting-edge private sector technology. From Elon Musk's revolutionary innovations to advanced artificial intelligence systems that are setting the stage for the future of warfare. The power of Starlink. Elon Musk is no stranger to groundbreaking technologies, from electric cars to space exploration. But his contributions to the US Navy's latest masterpiece, the USS Gerald R Ford, might be his most unexpected yet. While Musk didn't directly design the ship, his SpaceX company's Starlink satellites have played a crucial role in ensuring the ship is technologically superior. Thanks to Musk's Starlink satellite network, the USS Gerald R Ford is equipped with high-speed internet that allows for real-time communication, enhanced navigation, and constant connectivity, no matter where the ship is on the globe. Musk's Starlink network is especially significant for the USS Gerald R Ford because it ensures that the ship's crew remains connected to the outside world, even while deployed in remote parts of the ocean. In the past, Navy vessels were limited by slower, less reliable satellite systems. However, thanks to Starlink, the USS Gerald R Ford can now access speeds of up to 1 gigabit per second, enabling everything from video calls with families to the streaming of tactical data in real time. This connectivity boosts morale and improves efficiency, giving the US Navy a significant edge when it comes to communication during missions. Beyond keeping the crew connected, Starlink's technology enhances operational effectiveness. The high-speed internet allows for rapid data sharing and improved collaboration between vessels and military units worldwide. The ability to share critical information almost instantly ensures that the Navy can respond quickly to any threats, making the USS Gerald R Ford a more effective combat vessel. Moreover, Starlink's ability to provide secure, encrypted communication channels means that the Navy can operate without fear of interception from adversaries, ensuring that sensitive information stays safe. The influence of Musk's technology on the USS Gerald R Ford showcases a new age of military collaboration between private companies and the US government. SpaceX's Starlink provides the Navy with capabilities that were once considered impossible to achieve on a naval ship, and this collaboration is setting a new precedent for the future of military innovations. While the ship's construction and weaponry are vital to its success, the connectivity provided by Starlink is what makes the USS Gerald R Ford a true technological marvel. But Starlink is just one example of how private sector innovation is shaping the future of naval warfare. What other technological breakthroughs might we see next, and how will they impact the future of global military power? The unstoppable force, USS Gerald R Ford's cutting-edge weapons. One of the main reasons the USS Gerald R Ford is being hailed as the most powerful aircraft carrier ever built is its advanced arsenal of weapons and defense systems. It's not just about offense. The ship is designed to be a fortress, capable of defending itself against the most sophisticated threats from air, sea, and land. From radar systems that can track incoming missiles to a defense system that can neutralize those threats, the USS Gerald R Ford is equipped with everything needed to survive in modern warfare. The ship's offensive capabilities are also something to behold. It's home to a variety of aircraft, including fighter jets and drones, that can be launched and recovered with unmatched speed and precision. These aircraft are not just a means of projecting power, but are vital to the ship's overall combat readiness. The ability to launch planes at the push of a button, using the electromagnetic launch system, makes the USS Gerald R Ford one of the most agile warships in existence. While offensive capabilities are important, defensive measures are where the USS Gerald R Ford truly stands out. The ship's radar systems are among the most advanced in the world, capable of detecting even the smallest objects from great distances. These radar systems allow the ship to respond to threats before they even get close. Once a threat is identified, the USS Gerald R Ford's weapons can be deployed to eliminate it with precision, ensuring that the ship can defend itself against everything from drones to advanced missiles. What's particularly impressive about these weapon systems is their integration. The USS Gerald R Ford is designed to operate as a unified combat unit, where every system works together seamlessly to ensure the safety of the ship. Whether it's its radar, its weapons, or its communication systems, everything on board is designed to enhance its ability to respond quickly and efficiently. This holistic approach to combat readiness is what makes the USS Gerald R Ford a true game-changer in naval warfare. But as powerful as the USS Gerald R Ford is, there are other nations vying for naval dominance. How does this ship compare to the fleets of Russia and China? And what does it mean for the future of global naval power? US versus China and Russia. The rise of China and Russia as global naval powers has made the seas more contested than ever. For decades, the US Navy has been the uncontested leader, but China and Russia have been aggressively expanding and modernizing their fleets, making significant investments in advanced technologies like hypersonic missiles, stealthy submarines, and AI-driven weapon systems. The USS Gerald R Ford's unveiling is the US Navy's response to this growing competition, a clear signal that America will not be outpaced by its adversaries. The Chinese Navy, for example, has rapidly expanded over the past few decades, focusing on the development of cutting-edge warships, advanced aircraft, and missile systems. China's DF-21D missile, often referred to as the carrier killer, is specifically designed to target and destroy US aircraft carriers. However, the USS Gerald R Ford's sophisticated defense systems, combined with its unmatched offensive capabilities, make it a formidable adversary to these advanced Chinese weapons. The US Navy's strategic investment in new technologies ensures that it remains a step ahead, particularly in its ability to launch aircraft and respond to threats faster than any other navy. Russia, on the other hand, has focused its naval strategy on hypersonic missile development and advanced submarine technology. With missiles like the Zircon, which can travel at speeds of up to Mach 9, Russia's naval forces pose a significant threat. However, the USS Gerald R Ford's advanced radar and defensive systems ensure that it remains a tough target for any missile, even one as fast and deadly as the Zircon. The ship's ability to detect and neutralize threats before they strike gives the US Navy a strategic edge over both Russia and China, ensuring that it remains the most dominant naval force on the planet. As global tensions rise and military competition intensifies, the USS Gerald R Ford's advanced technologies and powerful weaponry will continue to be a key factor in maintaining US naval supremacy. While China and Russia work tirelessly to close the gap, the US Navy's ongoing investments in innovation, coupled with the cutting-edge capabilities of the USS Gerald R Ford, guarantee that the US remains a dominant force at sea. With the growing threats from China and Russia, can the US Navy keep its lead, or are the tides of naval warfare changing for good? The answer lies in the next phase of military innovation. Who will lead the future of naval power? Innovation has always been a driving force behind military power, and the US Navy's continuous push for technological advancements has solidified its place at the forefront of naval warfare. The USS Gerald R Ford is a prime example of how technological leadership ensures military dominance. From its electromagnetic launch system to its AI-driven radar systems, the ship's capabilities reflect the latest developments in defense and warfare technologies. However, other nations, especially China and Russia, are also heavily investing in new technologies to gain an edge. China's investment in AI and robotics, for example, is rapidly transforming its naval capabilities. The country is focusing on developing autonomous vessels and AI-powered drones, which could give its navy a significant advantage in future battles. In addition to AI, China is working on hypersonic weapons and advanced submarines, much like Russia. With these technological advancements, China is positioning itself as a future naval superpower capable of challenging the United States on the world's oceans. Russia, meanwhile, has focused on the development of stealth technology and hypersonic missiles, which could make their submarines and surface vessels more difficult to detect and intercept. The Zircon missile, for example, can travel at speeds of up to Mach 9, making it almost impossible for traditional missile defense systems to intercept. While the US Navy is focused on advanced radar and defense systems to counter these threats, Russia's ability to deploy such cutting-edge missiles could pose a serious challenge to US dominance in the coming decades. As the race for naval supremacy heats up, the US Navy must continue to invest in new technologies and innovate in ways that keep it ahead of its competitors. The development of new weapons systems, AI technologies, and autonomous vessels will define the next generation of naval power. The USS Gerald R Ford represents a significant leap forward, but the question remains, will it be enough to maintain the US Navy's place at the top of the global naval hierarchy? The battle for naval supremacy is far from over. As China and Russia advance their technologies, how will the US Navy respond to ensure it remains the undisputed leader of the seas? The future of warfare, hypersonic missiles, and the Navy's next move. In the modern age of warfare, speed and precision are everything. Hypersonic missiles, which can travel at speeds exceeding Mach 5, have emerged as a key tool in the battle for naval supremacy. These missiles are capable of reaching their targets faster than anything before them, making them difficult to detect and intercept. Russia's Zircon missile and China's DF-21D have already made headlines as some of the most advanced hypersonic weapons on the planet. However, the United States Navy isn't sitting back and letting these innovations pass them by. The US Navy has been investing heavily in its own hypersonic missile development programs with the goal of keeping pace with Russia and China. The development of hypersonic weapons is crucial for maintaining the Navy's offensive capabilities, as these weapons can destroy enemy targets with deadly speed and precision. The fact that both China and Russia have made significant advancements in this field is a wake-up call for the United States, urging the Navy to develop countermeasures that can protect its ships and aircraft carriers from these high-speed threats. But it's not just about the missiles themselves. It's also about the ability to track and intercept them. To combat hypersonic missiles, the US Navy has been working on advanced radar systems that can detect and track fast-moving objects. Once detected, these systems are designed to engage and neutralize the threat before it can reach its target. The USS Gerald R Ford, with its cutting-edge radar systems, is already a formidable weapon against such threats. But the future of naval warfare will rely heavily on continued advancements in missile defense and offensive weapons technology. The integration of hypersonic weapons into naval arsenals has the potential to change the very nature of naval combat. These weapons could render traditional missile defense systems obsolete and force nations to develop new strategies for engaging enemy ships and aircraft. For the US Navy, this could mean the development of new defense technologies, such as directed energy weapons like lasers, to intercept hypersonic missiles mid-flight. As the Navy adapts to the changing nature of warfare, its ability to innovate and stay ahead of the curve will determine its success in future conflicts. As hypersonic missiles evolve, will the US Navy be able to develop effective countermeasures, or will these missiles become the next game-changer in naval combat? The battle for control of the seas is about to get even more intense. The US Navy's strategic investments. The growing naval strength of nations like China and Russia is forcing the US Navy to rethink its strategy and invest heavily in new technologies and capabilities. The US Navy has long been the dominant force on the world's oceans, but with adversaries rapidly advancing their fleets, it's clear that staying ahead will require continuous innovation and substantial investments. The Navy has already begun to focus on several key areas, including hypersonic missiles, advanced submarines, and cyber warfare, all of which are integral to maintaining its global dominance. The US Navy's focus on hypersonic weapons, such as the Conventional Prompt Strike (CPS) system, is a direct response to the advancements made by China and Russia in this area. These missiles are designed to hit enemy targets with unprecedented speed and precision, making them a critical tool for the Navy in the event of a conflict. By investing in these next-generation weapons, the US Navy ensures that it can remain a major player in the future of naval warfare. Additionally, the Navy is focusing on the development of advanced submarines, which play a crucial role in stealth operations. Nuclear-powered submarines like the Virginia class have the ability to remain submerged for months at a time, gathering intelligence and launching precision strikes without being detected. These submarines are equipped with the latest technologies in communication, navigation, and weaponry, allowing them to operate in some of the most hostile environments on Earth. The US Navy's investments in these submarines are helping it stay one step ahead of rival nations. The Navy is also making significant investments in cyber warfare, recognizing the growing importance of digital security in modern military operations. As more systems become reliant on interconnected networks, the US Navy is preparing for the possibility of cyber attacks on its assets. By investing in advanced cybersecurity measures, the Navy can protect its fleet from digital threats that could undermine its operational capabilities. These investments ensure that the US Navy is not just focusing on traditional weapons, but is also positioning itself for success in the digital age. The future of naval power will be shaped by these strategic investments. Can the US Navy continue to lead the way in military innovation, or will its rivals find new ways to outmaneuver it? The Navy's global presence and power projection. The US Navy's ability to project power across the globe has been one of the cornerstones of its military strategy. With a fleet of hundreds of ships, submarines, and aircraft, the Navy has the unique ability to deploy forces rapidly and effectively to any region in the world. This global presence allows the US to respond to threats, conduct humanitarian missions, and maintain a strategic advantage over its adversaries. The USS Gerald R Ford is the perfect embodiment of this power projection, offering unmatched flexibility in how it can be deployed for operations around the globe. The United States' military superiority on the seas is a direct result of its ability to control the oceans, and the US Navy has made this a priority. With its large fleet of aircraft carriers, destroyers, and submarines, the Navy can deploy forces wherever they are needed, ensuring that the US is always prepared for any challenge that may arise. The USS Gerald R Ford, with its advanced capabilities, is not only a symbol of this dominance, but also a practical tool that allows the Navy to extend its reach in ways that other nations cannot match. China, in particular, has been rapidly expanding its Navy, aiming to challenge US dominance in the Pacific. With a large and growing fleet, China is focused on gaining control of critical shipping lanes and increasing its influence in the region. The US Navy's strategic investments, such as the USS Gerald R Ford, are vital to maintaining a presence in the Pacific and ensuring that China does not gain a military advantage in the region. The US must continue to bolster its naval presence to counter China's growing ambitions. Russia, on the other hand, has focused its efforts on submarine warfare and advanced missile technologies. While Russia's naval fleet is smaller than the US Navy's, its emphasis on stealth and high-speed weapons gives it the ability to challenge larger fleets. The US Navy, however, has responded by investing in advanced missile defense systems, directed energy weapons, and next-generation radar systems that allow it to neutralize threats posed by Russia's hypersonic missiles and submarines. As the global competition for naval dominance intensifies, the question remains, will the US Navy continue to be the world's most powerful fleet, or will China and Russia succeed in overtaking it? The race for global power has just begun. Innovation and strategy in the age of AI. The future of naval warfare is being shaped by a combination of technological innovation, strategic investment, and geopolitical shifts. As artificial intelligence continues to evolve, it is becoming a critical component of naval strategy. The US Navy is already exploring ways to integrate AI into its operations, from automated weapons systems to AI-driven decision-making tools that can help commanders make faster and more accurate choices during combat. The USS Gerald R Ford, with its advanced systems and cutting-edge technology, is just the beginning of this new era in naval warfare. AI has the potential to revolutionize the way naval forces operate, making them more efficient, more precise, and more adaptable to changing battle conditions. With AI's ability to analyze vast amounts of data in real time, the US Navy can respond to threats faster than ever before. This technology will allow the Navy to better predict enemy movements, optimize the use of resources, and improve overall mission success rates. The integration of AI into naval operations is not just a trend, it's a fundamental shift in how the US military will fight in the future. As the competition for naval supremacy heats up, nations like China and Russia are also investing heavily in AI. China, for instance, has made AI a key focus in its efforts to modernize its military, developing autonomous vessels and drones to complement its growing naval fleet. Russia, too, is exploring the use of AI to improve the performance of its submarines and missiles, seeking to gain an edge in this rapidly advancing field. The US Navy must continue to innovate and lead the way in AI-driven naval warfare to ensure it maintains its position as the dominant naval force on the planet. The combination of AI, advanced radar systems, and next-generation weapons will define the future of naval combat. As more nations invest in these technologies, the battlefield will become increasingly complex. The US Navy's focus on AI and other emerging technologies will ensure that it remains ahead of its competitors and continues to set the standard for naval power in the 21st century. With AI transforming the battlefield, the future of naval warfare is in the hands of those who can innovate and adapt. Will the US Navy continue to dominate, or will its rivals outpace it in this new age of warfare? Response to the USS Gerald R Ford's technological superiority. The introduction of the USS Gerald R Ford has caused ripples not just within the US Navy, but across the globe, sparking responses from other naval powers such as China and Russia. Both of these nations, which have long been invested in expanding and modernizing their fleets, are now facing a formidable rival in the form of the USS Gerald R Ford. The ship's groundbreaking advancements, from its electromagnetic catapults to its unparalleled radar and defense systems, put the US Navy significantly ahead in the naval arms race. China, in particular, has been investing heavily in improving its naval capabilities, focusing on producing advanced submarines and hypersonic missile technology. However, the USS Gerald R Ford presents a unique challenge to China's rapidly advancing fleet, especially with its ability to launch aircraft more efficiently and its enhanced surveillance capabilities. In response, China has ramped up its efforts to close the gap by developing its own advanced weapon systems and aircraft carriers. But, as experts have pointed out, no matter how hard they try, China is still several years behind the US Navy's technological breakthroughs. Meanwhile, Russia, with its smaller but potent fleet, is also recognizing the supremacy of the USS Gerald R Ford. Russia's advanced Zircon hypersonic missiles are considered a major threat to aircraft carriers, but the Gerald R Ford's new defense systems, paired with its AI capabilities, are designed to counter these threats. The Russian fleet may be focused on striking fast and hard with fewer assets, but the USS Gerald R Ford offers an overwhelming combination of offensive and defensive power, which could outmatch any isolated strike. What's becoming clear is that the introduction of the USS Gerald R Ford has not just shifted the balance of power in the US Navy, it has prompted other nations to re-evaluate their naval strategies. The ship has forced competitors to accelerate their technological advancements, knowing that they now face a powerful adversary capable of projecting military strength across the globe at an unprecedented scale. The global response to the USS Gerald R Ford's technological superiority will undoubtedly shape naval warfare in the decades to come. As other superpowers scramble to catch up, could the USS Gerald R Ford be the spark that ignites a new era of naval innovation and rivalry? Innovation and unmanned vessels. Looking ahead, the future of naval warfare is likely to be defined by even more radical technological innovations, particularly in the realm of unmanned vessels and autonomous systems. The USS Gerald R Ford has already proven that it can integrate the most advanced technology, from electromagnetic catapults to AI-assisted navigation. But the real game-changer could be the next step in autonomous naval operations, where human intervention becomes less frequent and technology takes the reins. Unmanned vessels, both on the surface and beneath the waves, are becoming an increasingly important aspect of modern naval strategy. These vessels can be used for a variety of missions, from surveillance to mine detection, and they significantly reduce the risks to human life in combat situations. The US Navy is already experimenting with autonomous submarines and drones that can operate far from shore, gathering intelligence and executing tactical maneuvers without putting crew members in harm's way. The idea of a fully autonomous fleet is becoming less of a distant dream and more of a tangible future. The US Navy is investing heavily in the development of unmanned vessels that can operate alongside traditional ships, forming a more integrated and efficient force. With AI at the helm, these vessels could coordinate their movements, share real-time data, and even perform complex tasks without direct human control. This level of sophistication would drastically reduce operational costs and increase the efficiency of naval operations, making them more agile and unpredictable. However, this shift to autonomy does not come without challenges. One of the biggest hurdles is ensuring that unmanned systems can function seamlessly alongside manned vessels in combat scenarios. The integration of these systems requires new types of communication and control protocols to ensure that everything works in harmony. Additionally, the military must address the ethical and strategic implications of relying on autonomous systems in warfare, especially when it comes to decisions involving lethal force. The introduction of unmanned vessels will not only change the way the US Navy conducts its operations, but it will also push competitors like China and Russia to rethink their own naval strategies. As these nations continue to build their own fleets, they must also contend with the rapid evolution of autonomous warfare technologies. The future of naval warfare will be defined by a combination of human ingenuity and technological advancement, and the USS Gerald R Ford could very well be the first step toward that future. As the US Navy leads the charge into an era of unmanned vessels, will rivals be able to adapt fast enough to keep up, or will they fall behind in the new age of autonomous warfare? As the US Navy embraces these technological advancements, it is clear that the future of naval warfare is changing. The USS Gerald R Ford, along with advancements in AI, hypersonic weapons and radar systems, sets a new standard for military dominance. However, the global race for naval supremacy is far from over, and the competition is only heating up. The US must continue to innovate and invest in cutting-edge technology to maintain its position as the world's leading naval power. Will the US Navy continue to lead the way, or will China and Russia overtake it? Only time will tell, but one thing is for certain: the future of warfare has never looked more exciting.